Hey guys, okay, this review is going to be like a sequel to a review I did last year. It was my Wrong Turn 4 review. And just to recap, if you guys remember, I liked the first Wrong Turn, I liked the second Wrong Turn, I didn't like the third Wrong Turn, and I thought the fourth Wrong Turn was decent. And so since I like the Wrong Turn series, so yesterday I bought and watched Wrong Turn 5, Bloodlines. This was directed by Declan O'Brien, who directed the third and the fourth one. Rob Schmidt directed the first one, and Joe Lynch directed the second one, so this is Declan O'Brien's third time directing one of these movies. And he's the only one to direct more than one. And this one is a sequel to the fourth one and a prequel to the first one, and it's set the same year as the fourth one, because I saw 2003 signed in the background of one scene in this movie. So I guess it's set months after the fourth one. And we have our three mutant hillbilly cannibals from the fourth and the first movie. Three Fingers, One Eye, and Sawtooth. So, oh, they're back, of course. And we have a new character played by Doug Bradley called Maynard Odette. And he's a fugitive who's been on the run for 30 years, so he's teamed up with the three cannibals. I guess he's supposed to be the old man from the first and second movie. I mean, we never found out the old man from the first and second movie's actual name. He was just credited as Old Man. That's it. Obviously, they had to use a different actor because the actor that played him died a couple of years ago. And so, who better to play him than Doug Bradley, Pinhead, Hellraiser himself. I got my shirt here. So, this movie is set in a small town in West Virginia, where they're having a Mountain Man festival on Halloween. And so, we have like all these people in that festival dressed up like hillbillies for this little tradition. And so, they're all hanging out, music and mischief, as it says back here, of course, in the back for this little thing. And the cannibals, of course, invade that town. And they, of course, blend right in, since people will just mistaken them for guys in costumes, since they're dressed up pretty similar looking to them, the Halloween masks that they wore all. And so, I actually thought this movie overall was pretty good. It was definitely better than the third and the fourth one. And I think it's Declan O'Brien's best ones that he's made so far. Like, I thought this one was actually the better one, because like the death scenes I thought were better. The special effects for these death scenes were pretty good for a straight to DVD movie. They weren't perfect though, because there were some like CGI blood splatter effects that I didn't like, but I'm not really a fan of CGI blood, like I've said in the past in some of my other reviews. But I can probably understand though, because this is a low budget movie, so they probably can't afford perfect looking special effects. So like, I wasn't expecting the effects to be perfect anyway though. So like, there was some pretty good death scenes I liked. There were ones I didn't really care so much for though, I'm gonna admit. I mean, and the opening credits I thought was like really cool. I mean, it was a little spoiler there. It was basically the wrong turn sign, and this bloody hand that's like still moving from the blood pumping, then spreads out its fingers. It's like Wrong Turn 5 right there. And I thought the acting in this one was better, because like I said in my Wrong Turn 4 review, the acting was pretty bad. That was like the major downfall of the fourth movie. So the acting for our main characters, since of course, just like the other ones, this follows a group of college students that are attending this festival. I mean, their acting was pretty good, but of course there were some, like, just a little bit bad acting, I'm gonna admit. But the bad acting in this were just done by, like, basically minor characters, so it wasn't really that big of a deal in this one. So it wasn't a big downfall for this one. And also, Doug Bradley was, like, the one who stole the show in this one. His acting was great. He was creepy, violent. I just don't think words can describe his acting in this one. So he was like the best thing in this movie. So he stole the show, just like how he was like the best pinhead in the Hellraiser series. So like he just really did a great job playing like a vicious psychopath. So, I mean, even though I did like the death scenes, I will admit, like, you know, some of them I thought weren't all creative. Like there was just kind of like just stabbing ones, arrow ones, like nothing too special. But this one I really did like was this one with this guy who was buried from his neck down in the dirt, and and one of the cannibals drove some sort of like lawnmower-ish kind of truck, or maybe it's like a snowblower. I don't really know what kind of truck that was. If you want to tell me, you can just write the comment down there, because I just really don't know exactly what kind of truck that was. So they like run over his head, his blood splattered like all over the place, like right out of the blades of that truck. Like, this is probably definitely one of the most goriest one in the series. So, oh, as I said in the trailer, I think it like said like the most gruesome wrong turn. I probably agree with that. Yeah, probably is definitely the most gruesome one in the series. There's also just one little bit of a letdown, kind of like a minor letdown, was this thing that Doug Bradley says in this movie. I won't spoil what he said though. I'm just gonna say he said something in this, but that thing he said doesn't happen though. Like he said something that he was gonna do with his boys, the three cannibals in this movie, that they were gonna do something to this girl, but you don't see it happen though. So that was a bit of a letdown. And the ending was predictable, but I'm not gonna like go off and complain about that because it's a prequel to the first one, so the ending is bound to be predictable. Like I said in the fourth one, the ending was predictable, but it's a prequel, so usually prequels are always predictable in that way of the ending. And so overall, I thought this one was definitely one of the better sequels. It wasn't the best one, but it was definitely an improvement like over the third and fourth one, even though the fourth one was decent, but this one was better. So overall, this was Declan O'Brien's best wrong turn movie. And I'm gonna also like say I would think it would be cool to see another wrong turn movie, maybe but what I'd actually want to like see is a wrong turn movie that picks up after the third one, because the third one had an open ending for one to take place after that one. But there's always a chance maybe they're not going to continue that one because that one got bad reviews. But that's just my thing. I would want to see like a sequel to that one. But if they do another one, maybe they would just have it take place after this one and a prequel to the first one, just to like finish up that whole gap. That's just what I think. But just like every horror series, the Wrong Turn series has to come to an end. Just like the Saw series came to an end, the original Friday the 13th series came to an end, the original Nightmare on Elm Street series came to an end, the original Halloween series came to an end, and one day the Paranormal Activity series is going to have to come to an end. So I thought this one was definitely worth seeing, worth checking out. Pick up Wrong Turn 5. And hopefully we'll see another one. Okay, so I guess that's all I gotta say. See you later.